Hi, so I was looking for this Ghost Rider figure, and I wasn't quite sure where he was, but out of nowhere I just got this memory that I think I might have left him in one of the boxes that I ended up kind of stuffing in my closet, where I put all my packages for shipping and whatnot. And sure enough, he was in there. I found him, I found his bike, I found this part of the Juggernaut base, the chain that I use for this guy. I found my Nick Fury, which I was looking for a minute. Not like really needing him or anything like that, just kind of looking for him, wondering where he was. And my Strucker that I've been looking for like ever since I got that Madam Hydra. I've been looking for my Strucker and I had no idea where he was, and he was in there too, along with about 4 G.I. Joes, 2 of which don't really matter to me, one of which is a cool Snake Eyes figure. But yeah, I'm happy to find my Strucker again, but at least now I know where this stuff is. Baron von Strucker. This is a pretty nice fig, by the way. I like it. I think it's a little bit better than the face-off Red Skull, just because this costume seems to be a little bit more suited to him as opposed to Red Skull, who for some reason is red and blue. But whatever. This Ghost Rider figure, in my opinion, is kind of lame. I like the Series 8 one a lot better, but I don't have the regular version. Just not in the mood to cop him, and I'm not going to be getting him for a while because I just spent some money on some stuff. But yeah, Ghost Rider. So this is the reason I was looking for that Ghost Rider, and the reason I thought about doing this display I'm going to keep under wraps because it's something kind of new that should be here within the next week or so. So you'll see it next episode, most likely. Sucks for you guys. I'm probably going to have him in a few days. You guys have to wait a week to see what he is. Feel free to guess in the comments. I would actually like to see what you guys think it is. But for those of you who don't know, this is a team. I think the first time was in a What If comic book, and it was the What If Fantastic Four, and this was the team up. We had Ghost Rider. I don't actually know who the leader was. I think it might have been Spider-Man, but I'm not positive. It was Ghost Rider, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Hulk was in the Gray Hulk form. Yeah, I just think it's a cool team, especially with Wolverine and Hulk being on the same team, and those guys hate each other. But what else was I gonna say? Also, at some point in the real Fantastic Four run, they had to go off and they were I think they were in the negative zone for a moment. Fantastic Four? I'm not 100% sure. I had never read the Fantastic Four, never was a big fan. But this team was assembled to go try and find them or something like that. And I think it's a pretty decent team overall. A lot of heavy hitters. I mean, Hulk, the strongest there is. Spider-Man's a pretty strong character. He's also the comedic relief that Johnny Storm would play. He's also sort of got flight type abilities. Wolverine, who's the brawler. I guess they're both kind of brawlers, but he's a little bit more of a tank. And then Ghost Rider, who can deal with some paranormal stuff, and also is pretty powerful on the power, I guess. I don't know, but you get the point. I think it's a cool lineup. Yeah. So I actually remember why I was looking for that Nick Fury. And so I could do this. I saw Bug do it on MTIT. Took the code and he put it on Red Skull, the Series 5 Red Skull. I think it looks nice. This is a pretty shitty figure, but I think it looks pretty nice. I just wanted to try it out, see what it looked like. I'm probably going to keep it like this, because I think I'm probably going to use the Nick Fury for a hood custom at some point. Not anytime soon, but at some point I'm thinking about it. Pretty decent body mold for it. He's too tall though. Not sure if I can find a substitute for the lower legs that's easy to get a hold of. We'll see. Oh yeah. You guys see what that says? I mean, that might not mean anything to a lot of you guys, but this is a copy of the April 12th, 2010 script for the Deadpool movie. That's right, feature film for Deadpool. This script was written back in 2010, and it got leaked in 2010, and it was only up for, I think, a day or two. And this guy on the Facebook group, while it was up, he was able to download it way back then, and it just kind of came up, and he was able to email me the full script. So I got a hold of it. I stayed up all night reading it, and it was badass, dude. I mean, it talks about the ending credit scene. Not that it's not going to tie into any other movie from Marvel at all, like Ryan Reynolds. Well, it's not. It's not even based off of the Deadpool that takes place in X-Men Origins. Although I don't want to spoil it for you guys. I mean, it's not like that. It's not a big part of the movie that I'm about to say, but it's just a funny little thing that I think will be funny for a lot of us comic and action figure fans to see in the theater. So it'll be from when I say go in a few seconds, it'll be exactly 10 seconds. Alright, guys? So, ready, set, go. Alright, so there's this one part, and Deadpool's just sitting in his house, and it shows the little 3 3/4 inch shitty action figure of Deadpool from the first movie. Boom. Alright, guys, and you're back. It's what I just explained for the people that did watch it. It was just a funny little tiny moment where Deadpool just said something kind of funny about it. But this movie was mad cool, and I really liked it. There were a few flaws with it, of course. I mean, it's just a script. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of ad lib when you actually film a movie, especially with a funny actor like Ryan Reynolds. Ad lib is going to be there. But it was a real nice movie, or a real nice script. It's a decently long script. There's, I think, 140 pages or something along those lines. And it was mad cool. There were a couple old school Deadpool villains. I mean, not that Deadpool's that old school. He was created mid-90s, but a couple of older Deadpool villains that have appeared in other X-Men books and stuff like that. It was just mad cool. It was funny. It was badass. It was everything that you would want in a Deadpool movie. And the only thing about the script that would need to be changed now is there were about 3 moments in the script where Deadpool brought up Amy Winehouse. I'm not going to say how she was brought up, but basically it had something to do with Amy Winehouse, and he would have like a flash and it would show Amy Winehouse doing something. I think that needs to be changed due to the fact that Amy Winehouse is, of course, dead now. So it just would need to be changed to fit the script, or to fit the plot. Not that that's an important part, but you guys get the point. Now, I may or may not be able to email this to a few people. So if you're interested in reading it, it'll take you some time. I mean, it's a script for a full-length movie. It took me roughly probably 3 hours, but I mean, I wasn't reading it straight. I would take breaks every now and then to hit up YouTube and stuff, and hit up Wikipedia and look up some of these characters and stuff. Because I mean, I'm not that big into like some old school kind of minor villains. And I mean, they weren't super minor, but they made sense for a Deadpool movie. Like I said, it was funny, it was badass, and it was really good. I really liked it a lot. Just reading it, obviously. Now, I'm not positive this movie will ever be made, but if it is, I don't mind personally reading the whole script now, because by the time the movie does roll around, I mean, the script will still be in my memory, but I won't have it, like, perfectly memorized. Like, I've got it pretty down pat right now, because I just finished reading it. But by the time this movie rolls around, which it hasn't even started really production yet, if this movie does roll around, then I won't know it there. I won't know it as well. But yeah, I think it's a great movie. If you guys want to read the script, hit me up in the comments. Just say that you want it, and then PM me an email address, and I can email you a download for the script. And I just thought it was mad cool, guys. So you guys should definitely read it. Well, you guys should definitely hit me up so I can email you so you can read it. It was real cool. But yeah. Stuff like this I'll occasionally move up here because I really like it. By the way, these next couple scenes or whatnot that you'll be seeing will most likely, I'm not sure if you guys will be able to hear it, but if you do, I'm listening to the Punk Goes Classic Rock album on Spotify. It's a nice album. I mean, I like a lot of the Punk Goes albums, but classic rock is just what I happen to be listening to right now. So deal with it. This definitely has nothing to do with the Deadpool movie script that I just finished reading. I mean, why would it? I don't even know where you guys get these ideas. But yeah, this is just a random idea that I just came up with myself about Deadpool having some, like, broken wrists. The picture I show right after this is going to be put through a editor thing, so you can add your own cutouts and you can actually make comic panels. And I'll show you an example that I made last week that I just never got to putting into the episode, just because it wouldn't really fit properly. It's a decent app. It's called a comic book. It's for iPhones, iPod touches, probably iPad. I don't really know. Costs $1.50, but it's a decent app to just mess around with. So here's what I did with my second constrictor. I took off the coils. And I think it's a really cool relaxed state constrictor. I like having it. I like how I like this pose I got going for him because he doesn't have that crazy ass smile. Now while taking them off, one of them broke, but the other one didn't entirely. See how it's got that piece right there? That's the piece that actually goes in, and I actually shaved it down a bit so that way. It's kind of difficult to do one hand, but you could stick it in, and it won't like stay plugged in. But you could stick it in all the way, so that way, say you're doing a display where he only needs one coil, just pop that bad boy on. And if you're doing something with Siege with him, actually for a good portion of Siege, one of his arms got messed up, so he could only use one coil anyway. So little side note, little fact for you guys. But yeah. Yep, straight dogging it. Yeah, so much gear in here. I got two MP5Ks. I got this katana. I've got a shotgun slung over his shoulder. I've got a hunting rifle type thing. I've got an assault rifle in there. I've got a submachine gun. He's got the pistol he comes with. He's got this gun rolling. It's about as much as I could get in there, but I think it's good enough. I guess it'll work. I ended up keeping Thor in there. For now, it's just a little area to keep my Dark Avengers housed. Probably until I want to do another display in there, because that's where, or another display in general, because that's where the majority of my props, not all of them, but quite a few of my props are in there. So yeah, next time I want to do a display, I'll probably have to move these guys. But I mean, these guys are just kind of placed in there, nonchalantly, I guess. But yeah, just a nice little area to house my Dark Avengers. So yeah. This just pisses me off. Understand this is one of the most common problems with the Abomination figure. With mine, first of all, when the arm was on, it couldn't go this way. You had to turn it around backwards to get it to where you wanted it to be. And then, it just snapped off now. So yeah, that means I'm going to have to get a new one. I don't know if maybe I can find a way to fix it. If not, I'll try and maybe send it off to Billy Mahoney. See if he can do some work on it. I don't know. I'm pissed because I really like this Abomination figure. Whatever, though. Hasbro just released a picture for their Moonstar Marvel Legends figure. Be honest with you, I don't know who this character is. I assume it's like probably one of the new X-Men or something like that. Head sculpt looks kind of ugly in my opinion. Not to mention she's got the same Madam Hydra / Madam Mask body mold, so she's got those horrible hands. I'm not sure. I assume it's from Wave 3, but I don't think they said anything. Actually, yeah, it is in Wave 3, which is kind of gay. Not to offend anyone, but you know what I mean. But yeah, whatever. At Target, got a ton of 3 3/4 inch Avengers. Pretty good selection on MU too. Not for me. Not bad Transformers-ish. A ton of these G.I. Joes. They only had one of the Red Ninjas. They had 2 Zartans. They had like 12 Storm Shadows. Halo Figs. That's a pretty decent looking 2-pack. You got the regular DCUC on clearance for $12. It's a Hal Jordan I might get. But yeah. Simple. Just one stand. This Hulk figure is garbage. I'll go over this in a minute. I'm going to try and get a few more shots, but I'm going to go over this Hulk. I don't have my little stand thingy right now, and I don't feel like looking for it. Or not really looking for it, but getting it out. But here's that Hulk figure. From the first Hulk movie in 2003. And it's just not that great of a figure. Like, here he is next to my custom head swap Sentry. He's a bit taller. Like, he's one head taller, really. Just not quite big enough. Here he is next to the Gray Hulk. And, yeah. The Gray Hulk's a pretty decent size for a Hulk figure. I would say, at least. The articulation kind of sucks, too. The head's on a hinge, so it can go up and down. It actually has pretty decent, I guess. It can go up pretty good. Rotate. It's got the wing type joints, the old school ones where they open up in the back. It's got ball joints, bicep rotation, single jointed elbow. On this hand it rotates and then it flexes, and he's got a fist. On this hand it rotates but no flex, but his fingers clamp. He's got this awkward juggernaut style articulation. So yeah, he can rotate there, he can rotate at the waist. His legs go forward and back, in and out. He got those old school like Series 4 Punisher and sort of DCUC type joints. No rotation, which is one of the biggest problems. Single jointed knee, hinge ankle, no rotation anywhere, and toes. So kind of sucks, but he worked. He was at a decent enough size so that I could get him and Sentry on basically the same level without having to do too many tricks or anything like that, or having to worry about using the face-off Hulk, because it is supposed to be Green Hulk for that. That was the cover of Hulk issue number 8, the newer Hulk series, no, not the current Hulk series, but the Hulk series before it, I believe. Something like that. That was the cover, although in the book he's not actually the Green Hulk, he's Joe Fixit. But, whatever. And I like how he had an open mouth, so, yeah. Package! Alright, so here's what was in that package. I got the Mr. Joe Fixit Hulk. I'm so hyped to get this guy. I've been wanting him for a while. And I had to wait the past, 14 days for him to get here. Because the dude was having, his wife was having troubles and his wife was in the hospital. My blessings go out to you. Hope everything gets better. You know who you are. I mean, you're probably not watching this, but you know who you are. But yeah, I was able to get this Joe Fix-It Hulk from the Hulk Classic lines off of him for $25, and I was pretty hype about that. And yeah, I really like this figure. Pay no attention to the stand he was just on, because he wasn't on a stand, so don't even try and say he was. Yeah. A little bit of water just kind of dripped out of him because I just had to wash him. This is the first time I've ever had to wash a figure. The first time I've ever actually had to wash a figure. Let me just stand him up straight. And he, right out of the package that I got from the dude, he was a bit sticky. His hands were sticky, and his shoulder ball joints were kind of sticky. So I just gave him a quick wash in the sink, just freshen him up. He has a little bit of a trouble standing, but you know, I might do I'm probably gonna do like an actual review for this guy and put it up on my channel. I saw like here, I'll show you guys what I got and everything. And now I'm sorry guys, my black's got some water on it, and it dries pretty well, but you know, whatever. I just thought I'd show you guys what he came with, basically. Here he is with his giant Thompson. Look how big it is. It's huge. That's pretty boss. Comes with a coat, a big old black coat for him, which I think might be part of the reason that his shoulders are a bit sticky, because it's got some adhesive inside of it. And then he's got a little hat, which I'm not really going to put on him right now, just because. But you get the idea. If you guys don't know who Joe Fix-It is, basically, I think it happened back in the 70s or so. The Hulk was out in space for a while, and everyone had kind of presumed that he was dead because he was on a different planet. But then when he came home, he was turning into the Gray Hulk a lot more often. Bruce Banner was. And if you guys don't know, the Gray Hulk and the Green Hulk coexist inside Bruce Banner. It's just that the Green Hulk shows up a lot more often because Green Hulk is induced with rage and stuff like that. But basically what would happen is at nighttime, Bruce Banner would start turning into the Gray Hulk like he had originally. In the original comics, he changed it during nighttime a lot. So he started turning into the Gray Hulk. And the Gray Hulk decided that he was going to be a mob boss type character in Las Vegas, and he went by the name of Joe Fix-It. I don't know how, for a while, no one knew it was him. I don't understand how. It's kind of obvious, but whatever. But yeah, this is a great, cool-ass figure. He's a bit short. Let me pull in that crappy Hulk that I showed you guys earlier. He's roughly the same height, but a lot of the Hulk classics are that tall. He's actually a little bit shorter, but his knee is bent. But yeah, that's how a lot of the Hulk classics size are. The majority of them are based off of two of the same body, or not two of the same, but almost all of them are based off of one of two body molds. And then here's the regular Gray Hulk, which you guys can barely really see, but yeah, I think I'm going to do a separate review for this guy and put it up on my channel. By the time this goes up in one of my episodes, I almost said MTIT, in one of the episodes of P.M.P, you'll probably have already seen the review of him, if you guys are paying attention to my channel and whatnot. But really cool character, really cool figure. You guys should check out the Hulk TV show from the 90s. I'm about to talk about that in a minute too. I'll get to that in a second. So, yeah. Alright guys, here's just a little tip for when you're taking pictures. You gotta be good with your stand work. I mean, from time to time, you're gonna have poses where you just can't hide the stand no matter what, you're gonna see it. And still then you could go in with After Effects type deals where you can make them not show up as much. But here, I mean, from this height, really at no angle can you see where the stand is. Boom. Double stand on Wolverine. One's going up into his right leg at the knee joint, and the other one's going up into the back of his head. Now, I got the arm perfectly covering that up, as well as the other foot. So, or well, the other leg, I should say. So Wolverine's basically free floating, it looks like. And then Joe Fix, I just got him on a DC stand because it's got just a nice little one peg. And I like to do that when figures are a bit unstable. It just makes it a bit easier, makes it a bit cleaner, you know. But yeah, from a lot of angles, you could have it where it looks like he's actually in the air. So yeah, I suggest you guys try and do that as often as possible. Just try and hide your stands.